friends, it's Coral. Some of you might not recognize me like this because usually I'm pixelated, but now I'm on this plane of existence instead of just the Minecraft one. This is just the beginning. First Minecraft, now your world, and I will slowly take over every universe you could ever imagine. So now you can see my expressions and my mannerisms and how I don't know what to do with my hands. But yes, I've since had some changes since you last saw me. Since, Oopsie. Sorry about that. So I live in an apartment building now. It's located on my campus, and since it's summer, there's only like 10 people that live in it. And I'm not exaggerating because everyone else that's working on campus over the summer got put in the nicest, newest, cleanest, air-conditioned dorm they have. Well, me and the few other poor souls got put in an apartment building next door with cracked paint, rickety air conditioning. And by rickety air conditioning, I mean none. Zip, zero, nada. So I've just been boiling alive with my silly little box fan that just pushes the hot air around, and I just sweat and swelter. And no, it's really fine because I can just look out my window and see all the nice air-conditioned people. And no, I'll just boil alive. And I could go to Walmart. I could buy a nice cooling fan for like $75. But I already go to school here. I spend so much money here. Why do I need to go to Walmart and buy a fan that I'm only going to use for 2 weeks and spend more money on your silly little living arrangements, college? Sorry. That was a lot. Anyway, living on campus over the summer has been like pretty fine, except for the lack of AC and like a few other things. The animals. So during this school year, I don't really see many animals because, it's a large college, there are a lot of people, like the animals just don't really come out because there's so many people. But since there's only a couple hundred people on campus over the summer, the animals have been getting vicious. The animals have been really fighting for their place here. In my whole college career, I have never had a negative run-in with an animal, but this summer, I have become terrified of what I might see when I go outside every day. It was the early afternoon, on a perfectly warm summer day. One would say that it was not too hot, nor too cold. Maybe about like 70, 75 degrees. It was late June. A breezy day. Okay, I'm stopping this for my own good. But yeah, I was walking back with my coworkers back to our cars, and we were just minding our business, our silly little business, having some laughs as one does. Then we passed my old dorm building that I lived in last semester, and our cars are like just across the street. So we passed the dumpster, and bam! This maniac jumps out at us. Yeah. That's a squirrel. I tell you, this sir right here was out for blood. He came from within the dumpster like the trash he is and hopped up onto the lip of the open dumpster door. And then as we passed, he shot out. He grabbed onto my leg and bit me. I was bleeding out, crying for him to stop. But with his little grubby squirrel hands, he grabbed my collar, slapped me across the face with his bushy tail and told me, "It's every man for himself out here, Coral." And sensing that these were my final moments, I died in the most graceful fashion that I could. I'm going to pause on the brutal murder of myself by a squirrel real quick and ask that you all, out of the kindness of your hearts, like this video and subscribe. Because let's be honest, even in the afterlife, I need validation. So if you could just go a little like tap down there on the button over here and the button over here, like that would make my little cold, undying heart beat just a little bit. So yeah, I hope that explains why I haven't posted in a few months. I was busy dealing with my own murder at the hands of a squirrel. But in reality, that squirrel just sprang out at us, and I screamed as a terrified, sensible person would, and then he leaped away as he directed his 2 middle fingers at me. For the first month and a half of living in our apartment building, my roommates and I would just throw our pasta boxes and their iced coffee jugs into the recycling bin in our apartment closet. Like normal people do. But the thing was, none of us ever emptied it, so it was overflowing over the entire closet. So, on the morning of July 10th, 2022, I was on another one of my cleaning streaks where I clean everything in sight in order to procrastinate on my other responsibilities. And I saw the overflowing recycling, so I carefully sorted the cardboard and the coffee bottles into my little paper bag, and I took it out. And here's the thing about my campus. Since it's summer, only some of the dumpsters and recycling bins are unlocked for us to dump our stuff into. And we have one right on the side of my building, and one that is 2 buildings and a parking lot away. So of course I take it to the closer one. I'm lazy, The flies start swarming around me as I get closer, and I just get that general ick of being near a college dumpster and recycling bin, 'cause ish goes down in those, I promise you. Then I hear a noise. It sounds like scurrying and scrambling, and it's coming from inside the recycling bin. So I slowly go up to the door, which is already open, and I just take a little peek inside, and I see this gal in there. And I'm like, oh, she's so cute. I can't throw out my recycling on top of her. 9/10 of the law is possession, and by being in that recycling dumpster, she clearly owns it. So I just go back to take a little video of her to show to my roommates. No evil intentions in my heart, and this happens. She is on her back paws, fully threatening me now. I just wanted to show her off to my roommates, and she gets ready to fight. So of course, I run away like the little coward who doesn't want to get rabies that I am, which leads to... After being run out of town by that raccoon, I have to make the long trek over to the recycling dumpsters that's 2 buildings and a parking lot away. So I take the long walk over there, and just as I walk up to the bin, I hear noises inside of it. I am not going through this again. The next recycling bin is half a mile away, and I'm not walking all the way back to my apartment to get my car keys to walk back to this parking lot to drive my car to the silly little recycling across campus. So I decide that I just have to face my fears. Both doors on this bin are closed, so I take my pointer finger and I shove the door open and run away because I'm not getting rabies. I wait a second, and another freaking squirrel leaps out of the bin and into the bushes. Like these little monsters haven't traumatized me enough after the first dumpster. Then all is silent. I sneak up to the door, and then I turn and point my finger guns through the door, and there is nothing else in there. Okay, awkward. So I throw my recycling in, and I am on my way, I guess. I don't know. So, what have we learned today, class? That Coral is afraid of dumpsters. Yes, that's right. And wait, did you say dumpsters? Wait. All those stories involved an animal coming out of a dumpster. Maybe I'm not afraid of the animals, but of the dumpster. I mean, they're pretty scary with their big lids that could chomp down on you at any time, and the nasty insides with the remains of college papers and beer cans. Maybe that's what this is all about. My fear of what is hiding in the depths. Who knows what's lying inside a dumpster, animals or otherwise? Pennywise could be in there. Wait, well, Pennywise is from the sewers, but sewers are like the watery cousin of dumpsters. So maybe I wasn't scared of animals at all. I was scared of... Hi everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more real life coral. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all soon, and don't forget to hydrate. Wow, this sucks. Stop this. Okay.